Hello, every teacher. My name is Xiaowei. This is my article title is The Impact of Cooperative Learning on Academic Performance of University Students' Perception in Jiangxi, China. The first slide is introduction. The first, the impact of music instruction on students' personal, academic, and social growth is substantial. The second, preparing kids for the ever-changing collaborative context they will encounter in the real world is made such more difficult by this restriction. Third, complex abilities learned in piano lessons typically necessitate dedicated practice, constructive criticism, and intrinsic drive to succeed. The fourth is achieving a balance between group interdependence and individual skill development is crucial for students' academic performance. So it's necessary to study if cooperative learning helps with this. This is my research objective. Research objective 1 is to investigate students' perception on the advantages of cooperative learning in collective piano classes. Research objective 2 to examine the role of group proceeding in enhancing students' learning experience in collective piano classes. Research objective 3 to analyze the impact of positive interdependence on students' participation in collective piano classes. Research objective 4 to evaluate the influence of individual accountability on students' participation in collective piano activities. Research objective 5 to explore how interpersonal and small group abilities contribute to students' cooperative learning in collective piano classes. Research objective 6 to assess the role of promote interaction in improving students' learning outcomes in collective piano classes. Research objective 7 to identify the disadvantages of cooperative learning that may affect students' academic performance in collective piano classes. This is the literature review. The first, the growth that had taken place in China's country and educational landscape throughout the course of the country's history is reflected in the long-standing practice of cooperative piano lessons that have been practiced in the country for generations. The second, the history that lies behind these cooperative piano lessons is both exciting and complex, and it serves as a portrayal of the shifting socio-economic aspirations and cultural influence and that has transpired in China over the course of time. Third, Mother Chow Lin Tang is credited with being one of the early pioneers who was responsible for developing cooperative piano tradition in China. The next slide is my theoretic framework. I have three thematic theories. The first is social control theory of learning. Collective piano classes as a means of instruction has recently gained a lot of attention in the field of early childhood education. This theory, credited by Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky regarding social interaction and cultural influence as crucial to the learning process. The second, theory of multiple intelligence. Howard Gardner's The Theory of Multiple Intelligence is worth considering. The third is social constructivism theory. Social constructivism theory into collective piano teaching enhance students' cognitive growth, social interaction, and music expression, ultimately contributing to improved academic performance. Next is my conceptual framework. This is my independent variable. The first advantage of cooperative learning. The second is group proceeding. The third is positive interdependence. The fourth is individual accountability. The fifth is interpersonal and small group ability. The sixth is promotive interaction. The seventh is disadvantage of cooperative learning. This is my dependent variable is academic performance. This is my methodology. The primary objective is to analyze the effect of different instructional strategies on teacher efficiency and student engagement during this session. This is my research design. I use the mixed method approach is quantitative interview and another is quantitative questionnaire. This is my population and sampling population is 4,069 students and my sampling is 368. I use the stratified sampling. Next is pro-lat test. Test with 18 participants. I use the data analysis is quantitative. I use the in and quantitative. I use sparse. Next is my result and discussion. The data presented here investigate how people see cooperative learning in piano lessons, drawing attention to the pros and cons of this approach. This is my conclusion. The first findings of this study underscore the transformative potential of cooperative learning in collective piano classes, while also shedding light on its challenges. The second is cooperative learning fosters engagement, skill development, and interpersonal growth, yet requires careful planning to address issues such as uneven participation and group dynamics. The third is the discussion highlights the importance of balanced group and individual learning needs, fostering inclusive and employing fair assessment practice. Next is my reference. That's all. Thank you.